Let me tell you how I use ChatGPT now. I do not use ChatGPT for ideas, you know, just to pull things out of the air, because I want to keep my brain cells. You guys, maybe only for 10 seconds, but I started talking and I did not hit record. Bear with me, okay? I have not really been camera ready. I'm a little hot. I may need to turn down the AC or the heat because it's warm outside. It's actually nice. What is the temperature? 54. Anyway, welcome to 2026. And welcome to A Pot to Plantain. Why am I back, you guys? And where have I been? I've been running a business. I've been running a plant store in Smyrna, Georgia, named A Pot to Plantain for the past 5 years. We're in our 5th year. We are coming to the end of our 5th year, and we have a really busy year. We have a really busy year. We're making a lot of changes in creating this year, and the biggest, we're moving. We will be moving from this space. We love this space. We have created a very supportive community in this space at this location, but we are currently pivoting into something else. So I'll reveal it as, you know, as I upload. Today, I wanted to just come out today and start this documentary, if you will, days in the life of a business owner, a CEO of a business. That is what I am here. This is a founder's diary. I've seen so much online, and I've been consuming a lot of other business owners' content as of late, because we are pivoting, not out of what we're doing, but we're not pivoting, wrong word. The right word is we are scaling to the next level. We're taking it to the next level, and I'm excited about that. So what do you do when you are, you know, making new moves, or, you know what I'm saying, trying things, experimenting with things in a business? You have to learn. You have to see what has worked, what is working, what didn't work. You have to seek from the people who are there, who've been there, who succeeded, who failed, all the things. And so that's what I've been consuming. So what I decided, because Diary of a CEO told me to do it, is I actually had already decided. This morning I watched one of his videos, but it was not the podcast. He has a channel where it's basically days of his life as a CEO. In this particular video, he basically said, you gotta create content. You guys, I am like the complete anti-social media creator person. And these videos will change in regards to the format of them as time goes on. You guys will see that. But what made me decide to just go ahead and jump the gun on what my plan was is because of this video. So my plan is still going to come into fruition, but it's just a little sooner and it looks a little differently right now. But basically he said that if you're not creating content and you have a business or you want a business, to do it for 90 days daily. Now, you always you consume what people say and you make it your own. Definitely I could go full force into doing that, but I don't have the capacity to do that right now because so much is going on. But what I did take from that is post the doggone video. Post the video. Here I am. I am doing the content with what I'm already doing, picking up the camera and showing what I'm already doing. You guys are not going to see anything carefully curated, scripted, aesthetically pleasing. I'm not doing that because I do not have the time. Okay, so what I did do for this particular video is I came out of my office. I found that last week was super productive in the office, and this week, yesterday was not. I'm only here a few days out of the week, but yesterday was my least productive day at the end of my most productive week, which was last week. Last week I was so productive. It was crazy. And I came in yesterday and did I was not as productive. I'm not gonna say I didn't do anything, because I did, but I was not as productive, and I was not happy about that. And in me reevaluating last night, because it seems like my body turns into the Matrix in the middle of the night, and I was trying to think like, girl, why weren't you productive yesterday? And I couldn't quite come to why, other than sometimes it happens that way, I guess, you know. I don't know. But one of the things that came to mind was that I felt like I needed to move spaces. I needed to come out into the light. I needed to come out into where I thrive, which is around the plants and not in the back office, because the back office is a little dark. There are no plants back there. And maybe that was kind of just glooming me out. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's kind of what I came up with. And really right now, you guys, I feel great. The windows are right in front of me, which are huge, floor to ceiling windows, and I'm able to see out. It's a beautiful day. I may actually go ahead and open the door, so I'll kind of get a little bit of the remnants of outside, and that may be therapeutic for me, and I have a productive day. So with that being said, that is pretty much where we are, and the only curated thing I'm doing in this video. But what we're gonna do right now, because we don't want to ramble, and plus also let me tell y'all this, these videos are not gonna be long. I'm starting back not only because I need to be on social media to grow, okay? I've accepted that, and in my business group, we've all accepted that, because we all were like, we don't want to be on social media, okay? We want God just to send the people, okay? Because we have a kingdom business, and we're Godpreneurs, and He can do all things, okay? He owns everything. He is the creator of the universe. Just send the customers, right? But faith without works is dead. We have been put here at this time, in these moments, in these days, with everything going on for a reason. And so we can take the things that are available to us and use them as tools. We still know where our help comes from, but we can use these things as tools, and He'll do the rest. He's not going to do anything, one, if we don't have the faith. We got to have that first. And you know, there's so much more before that, but we won't have Bible study right now. We could, but we won't. But we gotta have faith, and we gotta do the work. We gotta do the work, okay? And this is just for blessings and for Him to help us with things, okay? We're not gonna confuse doing works for salvation, okay? Again, this is not that. But I'm like, okay, we're all like, okay, we're gonna get on social media. I'm coming back to social media, but they are getting on social media. So what we are gonna do right now, though, moving on, is, oh, I know what I wanted to say. So in addition to that, because this year is going to be so transformative in our business, and again, I said, you know, I'm the founder of this business, but it is our business. This is a family business ran by myself, my husband, myself, and our daughter. And so we are a family business as of now, and we will be growing in that area very soon. So what I want to do is document this. I want to be able to look back and see where we came from at this point. I know that I get inspired by other people that I see, as I stated earlier, who are doing this, who has done this. They say put out the content that you enjoy seeing, that you want to see, and that's what I'm here doing. So I want to be able to see my wins and my losses and my failures, my challenges and our successes throughout the year when we get to where God wants us to be, okay, in business. So that's why we're here. But I'm going to be putting the top 3 things that I will be doing each day in this book. This book is a book made by a creator here on YouTube, Aaron on Demand. See, today is Thursday. Oh, I hate when I have to skip so many days. Ooh, that frustrates me. But what I like about this is that it's undated. And it gives you a little bit more longevity in, why are you, oh, we out of space. Okay, I'll be back. So what's on the to-do list for today? Today is February 2nd, a few days before. I don't like this pen. Top 3 today is we need to respond to, what do you call them? An agent, some type of agent, I guess a broker. Respond to broker about listing, property listing, and see if we can get on her schedule to view 2 potential places that she has. My hair, what is my hair doing? I don't know. That she has that we like, their potentials. What else do we need to do? We need to give the accountant access. Give accountant access. What is the thing called? QB access. So we have someone who does our taxes, and it's the same firm that we're using. We have someone who does our taxes, who has done our taxes for the entire time that we've been here. She's been great. We love the firm, but they also offer bookkeeping and such. So we need her to do some consolidating in our QuickBooks, which is an additional service, obviously, and so she needs access. So I have to give her that. She actually asked for that yesterday, but I needed to get a quote first to just make sure it's in the budget. But at this point in time, it just has to be a part of the budget. We have to just add a line item. And then the third thing we need to do today, other than hit record on this camera, you know what? Let's go to our calendar. So today's my brother-in-law's birthday, so I need to wish him happy birthday. Oh, and then we need to schedule, that does not need to be a top 3 though. This needs to be a task. We need to schedule a few recurring monthly, girl, that's what recurring means, on-site maintenance appointments. So one thing that we offer, we have several businesses that we go to monthly and we maintain their plants. So we go out and prune, fertilize, pest control, water them, all the things, and that's growing, and we love that. So another reason, that's the other thing, another reason why I'm also kind of getting back into creating this content and giving you guys like the behind the scenes is because I need to start getting back used to speaking to strangers. So it's a little different in sales when people come to you and you know that they're coming to you with the intention to be sold to. When people come into the store, I have no problem with that. Like, I can do that, and I feel like I'm a very personable person. Like, I can speak to people and people feel very comfortable talking to me about things, even outside of plants. You guys would not even imagine the conversations that I've had in this store. The ones I enjoy the most is when we start talking about our faith. I love that because, you know, we are a faith-based business, so we play faith-based music in here. Usually, okay, we get the vibe sometimes with a little Sade and stuff in here as well. More so when the employees are working. But anyway, so I think that's, you know, aspect 1 is speaking to people who come to you with the intention of being sold to. But it's different when you are going to go out and you want to sell something to someone and it's really like cold calling, if you will. It's really cold calling is a term that, you know, like in telemarketing, you call people and you're trying to sell a product, you're trying to sell a service. And so to me, that's a different ball game. And so I need to get used to and sharpen back my corporate lingo and start to eliminate ums and uhs and so and literally, and I don't really use literally, maybe here and there, and kind of get my pauses right and the emphasis on certain words correctly, you know what I'm saying? And so in doing that, I need to practice that here. I need to mess up, you know, here. I need to fine tune here on camera, I believe. And there it is. There it is. And I actually, in my past lifetime stint of vlogging on our personal channel, I would cut out so many so many pauses that it was ridiculous. But I'm going to leave them in these videos because I need to hear if I, you know, when I'm doing it, because I need to cut it down. I need to get my point across. I need to not be long-winded. I need to, you get what I mean? So I feel like in me listening to the playback, if someone coming in, I may need to pause you guys. I'll be able to pick up on those cues. Yes, I'll be back. I was waving, saying, come on in. How y'all doing? Which one? Oh yeah, the painting. Yes. You did it? Your necklace is giving the flowers, the vibe. No, she's a local artist here in Atlanta, so we have a lot of her artwork around here for sale. It should be on there. I think that one, let me check. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna leave that in or not, but we just sold the painting, so we sell artwork here as well. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I think we're about to end. Oh no, I need to figure out what my third thing is. Did I say already, you guys? Oh, we were talking about me speaking. So yeah, that's the point of coming back here. So again, we're not gonna be long-winded, but I don't know what the third thing is. I'll come back and let y'all know what the third thing is. But one other thing, I guess the last thing that I wanna do in these videos is to be held accountable for the things that I do say that I need to do in a day. So when we figure out what the third thing is, I'll come back and state that. And then, you know, once we get the day done, you know, we'll come back and say, I got the day done. Okay, so welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you would like to support Apostle Plantain and you are looking for this content, you found this content because you're a small business owner, you found this content because you like plants, you found this content because YouTube says this is content that you would like, we'd like it if you would consider subscribing if you enjoy this video, and we will see you, you know, through this year. We hope that you support us this year. Our website is definitely linked below, and if you want updates in the store, you can sign up for our newsletter. We do ship plants online, so if you want to buy plants online, that is growing. That is growing. Okay, so grow with us through supporting us, and yeah. Hi guys. Bye. So it is several hours later. Oh, what is going on with my hair? I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Oh. Hey.
Hey, babe.
How you doing?
You see how they had me working all day? I got a J.O.B.
That's good. I'm just now coming up for air myself. I don't know if I said this earlier, y'all, but in order for this content to get out, I need to not be worrying about how the video is going to look. So it's not going to be aesthetic, and it's not going to be doing all the things. It's going to be what it is, and it is what it is right now. Okay, now, like I said, it'll get better with time. But we dropping these videos right now. So what the heck was I saying? So I came in to say we had a pretty productive day today, I must say. So I did get what I needed on here. However, I didn't have another, I couldn't figure out like another number 3 or the third of the top 3. So that's fine. But I had a whole lot of tasks to do. So I had to schedule a recurring monthly on-site meeting for a customer. Okay, well, let me make sure I have everything checked off that needs to be. Okay, so I got 5 things done today. So schedule a recurring monthly on-site maintenance, order cards, so we were out of business cards, and also I created like a sticker to go on orders that are placed either online or for pop-ups for us to get, you know, put on the bags for people who were meeting out in the wild, if you will. And for DoorDash. So we are on DoorDash, so people can, you know, dash plants. I don't even know how you say it, but you can order plants and then have them brought to you by DoorDash. So on the plants or the bags, and also in orders that you place online, I created a sticker that has in a QR code. So you scan it, it says thank you for your order. It says thank you for your order. I may put it up here on the screen somewhere. It says thank you for your order, and then the leaflet is the name of our newsletter. So in that, it has care instructions, how to know what type of lighting you have in your home, you know, just all kinds of things that I just feel like over the past 5 years, pretty much 6 years, because I was doing this on Instagram before I had the store, that people constantly have questions about. And then also for our business cards, I tweaked it a little bit because the original business cards had our address on there, and because we will be moving, I was like, girl, you about to order 500 business cards that may or may not get passed out within the next year. So I took the address off of that. But what I did add was I went to ChatGPT because I was thinking, so let me tell you how I use ChatGPT now. I do not use ChatGPT for ideas, you know, just to pull things out of the air, because I want to keep my brain cells. Okay, I want to keep the usage and the functionality of my brain cells. Okay, I'm from a day before social media, and I don't mind writing with my own handwriting, reading and creating things from my brain. Okay, I'm not saying that to say, let me put this disclosure in this first video right now, because what I'm not going to do is continue to do this. It appears, and I've watched a lot of videos, and I've like YouTube videos where people are talking and there's dialogue going on, and I've been on YouTube from the standpoint of a vlogger, and sometimes when you say things, you always have to preface it with this and preface it with that, and you have to say things like, I'm not saying all people, I'm not even saying you, I'm saying my opinion, how I feel, how I will do things, da 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 da. I'm not doing that here. Okay, let's all be adults and realize that everything that I'm going to say, unless I ask specifically, what is you guys' opinion? What are your opinions about such and such and such? I'm just speaking from my experiences. That's it. Okay? I just feel like I need to put that out there right now. But anyway, so my thought was, when I was like taking the address off and then I looked over to the back, I tried the digital business card, and there's really nothing wrong with that, and I think that that's definitely great for who it's for, but I don't think that it's for me at this juncture. I still like having and receiving business cards. So, you know, that's the generation I'm from. However, I understand you have to get people's attention. You have to give people some either value or reason to keep the card, right? But it has to be something that caters to them. We are here to provide a need. We are here to provide solutions for a pain point that could be preventing someone from feeling like they have a green thumb. I hope that makes sense. So I figured, you know what else can I put on the back of this card other than our name twice? Because originally I have the logo on the front, and then all of our contact information, you know, website, phone number, address, Instagram, and social handles, and then on the back it said Aponte Plantain with the QR code, and I'm like, I need this upgraded. So then what I did was, on the front I put contact us for your one-on-one consult for plant services or something like that. I put that on the bottom of the front. And then I was like, well, maybe, oh, I know what happened. So in me adding that, I had to make the space a little bit smaller. Like I had to shrink it down a little bit, because the recommendations from Canva was saying you should probably use 7 point for the size of the lettering of the wording, so people can read it, so it can pop, it can stand out. And so then when I went to the back to make sure that, you know, it was cohesive, it was a little bit bigger, and I was just like, that looks kind of weird. So I made it smaller to kind of match the front. And then I was like, oh my God, now I have all of this white space. And so then I was like, what if I put a question under here that made people like read it and think, and you know, like a pain point, right? Because I'm already telling them that we offer consultation services in the front. And so then it became, well, maybe they would ask what kind of consultation, what's in the consultation, you know what I mean? And this was coming off the top of my head too, because someone called the store earlier today and they were asking, what did our consultations, because it's on our website, what does it encompass, because she needed help. And so I was like, oh, what if I put a few questions on the back that people always ask me? So then I went to ChatGPT. That's when I went to ChatGPT, and I was like, I basically put in everything I just told you, okay? And so I said, give me some quick point questions, you know, quirky, you know, almost like clickbaity, right? But not clickbait, because obviously it needs to be the actual question, but something like quick and to the point that people ask, and word it in a way so that I could just copy and paste it and it would fit on a business card, because we don't want to have a conversation on a business card. We just want something that they could read and say, oh, I identify with that one. That's what I need help with. So that's what I put on the back. And so hopefully what will happen is they will scan the QR code and they will either call us, or they'll flip it because the number will be on the back, or they'll come to Instagram, whatever means they contact me, everything will be on the card, and then we will have a new customer. In addition to that, you know, you can shop, you can scan the QR code and just shop on the website. So I think I'm gonna be interested to see how that conversion happens, and I want to find a way to, like, how businesses would track something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than like asking someone, how did you find us, right? I wonder how I can kind of get the numbers for that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I did that. Okay, so check that off. Ordered cards, ordered stickers, request wholesale, bookmarks. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw me smelling these. So I came across these bookmarks, or it's called Fragrant Bookmarks to Deepen the Reading Experience by Mandy Aftel. I don't know who she is, but she's an author. They're scented. You can't smell it. Well, I've already scratched it until you scratch it, right? But this is ginger. This is frankincense. This is geranium. Oh, I love geranium. And this is vetiver. Okay. Oh, these smell so good. And so I was like, this would be great for book club, because in the book club, we have a book club here. We meet here once a month, and depending on the tier that you're in, you get a gift every month when you come in. And so this would be great for this month. I don't know if I'm gonna have time. It's already the middle of the month. This is a short month. It's February, so I don't know. But what I did was I bought it, obviously. And I looked on the back, and this is what you do as a business owner. You're a business owner, you have a business license, you can buy things wholesale. I came across a website, I don't even remember the name of the website. And so it wasn't, there was nothing on there that said wholesale. I had to pay the full price. I would have had to pay the full price. And so then there was an email, and there was a contact number. So then I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna call. So I called, and a guy answered, and I was just like, you know, hey, I'm not sure if you're the person that I would speak with, but it would be awesome if you can connect me with said person. But my name is such and such, and I'm calling in regards to some fragrant bookmarks that I just purchased out of a local coffee shop here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I have a plant store as well as a book club, and I would love to purchase them wholesale for the book club and also to sell in my store. Oh my God, he was so excited. He was like, yes, you're talking about Mandy. He put me on hold, honey, and Mandy got on the phone. Mandy got on the phone, honey. She came on and she was like, hello. I mean, such a lovely lady, okay? A lovely lady. And so she was like, yes, like, who are you? You know, She was very, very, very kind. So I got that information, and so she said for me to send over my information, obviously, because you got to do certain things in order to get wholesale prices, right? And so she I'll be forwarded to, she said it was through her publishing house. So I get that, because some of like the plant books that we get here, or all the plant books we get here, I do have to go through the publisher to get the wholesale price. So she also told me that she has a newer version of these coming out with some other fragrances, and so she's like, you know, you can also actually order those. And I was just over the moon about it, because that would be perfect in the store, in this space, you know, for what we are. And so yes, I got that sent out today. Spoke with her yesterday, got it out today, so I'll be waiting for their response and what they may possibly need from me in order to set me up in the system so that I can order these and get them, even if it's for next month. That'll be perfect. So we got that done. So respond to broker about the property listings. So I did that. So I'm waiting for her to see if she has time on her schedule for tomorrow, maybe Saturday. I don't know if they work on weekends, or maybe at the top of next week, for me to go see these locations. And then also there are a few other locations that I found that are through like loop.net or I don't know, some commercial real estate websites that I just do not want to pay broker fees for. And I am a researcher. I feel like if it's on the internet, I'm going to find it. So I took a screenshot of the location, and it also gives the address. So I may also drive by a few of these. And I asked ChatGPT, hey, does this location look familiar? And do you know the leasing company? Okay, directly, so I don't have to go through the website to where, because you know these websites will charge the broker a fee, and then the broker will put the fee back onto you. No, I want to find the number on the building so that I can contact whoever that is directly. Period. That's what we did here, and that's how I want to do it. But knowing me, I'll probably just drive by, because I kind of want to see like the area as well. Like it needs to be a vibe a little bit, and just a little bit. I'll share more about that, about my vision going forward later. All right, and then number 2 was give my accountant access to QuickBooks. So I did that. And so what's left on the list, and typically what happens is if I don't complete the things that I need to do in a particular day, it just rolls over into the next day, right? So it either makes the next day a little less stressful, or we start the day with to-dos, okay? And we add from there. I try not to do that. I try to complete them all, but I don't know if I'm gonna complete all these today, because I need to order more bags, shopping bags, excuse me, to put plants in from Uline. And I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, but you know, we're gonna be open. Our employee will be here, but I like to be here when the Uline orders come. One, because they're usually humongous. I order a good bit at a time, but also Uline operates within a day. So there's enough bags to last here until I come back next week. And honestly, you guys, like the way we're set up right now, everything goes back into the business. So anytime there's money, you know, money that's coming in, I'm using the money that's needed at the time that it's needed, not in advance. We have not gotten to that point in our business, just to be quite honest with you. We're in year 5, we're getting there, but we have not gotten to the place where I could just be like, you know, like if you're shopping in Costco and you buy your toilet paper for the next 3 months, I'm not buying like 6 months worth of bags. I may get 2. You get what I'm saying? So right now, I believe that she put out the rest from the boxes because they're empty. And when I checked, it's a whole lot where we keep the bags for checkout. So that should really last probably beyond next week. But I'm going to go ahead and at least order those next week. So it's on here to do, but it's just kind of going to stay in my line of sight. I'll just roll it over until like Tuesday. And is that it for the day? Yeah, so that's it for today. But I think what I'm going to continue to do is look at these properties so that I can go ahead and get some appointments out, so I can go ahead and kind of get a visual, and I'll probably create something and put it up of like my top, the ones I like, so I could just kind of, you know, visualize like where I want to be, what that's going to look like for the shop, pray about it. Is this where God wants us to go to? We actually had a customer come in today. She said she walked by the shop yesterday. Had to have been yesterday because the sign just went up Tuesday. And today's Thursday. Yeah. So she may have walked by Tuesday, and she said, I had to come back because what is going on? Are y'all leaving? Wait a minute. No. And I was just like we're not going out of business. But this is our last year here. You know, it's one of those things, you guys, where the rent is renting. Okay, the rent is renting. And also, since being over here, we've realized that we don't really need this big of a space. And it's actually kind of weird because we don't really need this big of a space, but I am kind of looking for a big space for a particular reason, or a bigger space for a particular reason. Again, I'll share that with you guys later, but it's just how it's set up. I need it to be set up a little bit differently. Anyway, today was good, and I don't even know if I can sit here and say I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I don't know, but I want to go ahead and start putting out content. I want to you know, again, this is more or less tracking for me to be able to kind of see the things that I did this year to get wherever we are by the same time next year. That's really what it is. So yeah,